Good afternoon, my dear children. A warm welcome to online classes. I hope every one of you good and happy quarantine, home quarantine to all of you. Yesterday we had seen some of the part of the lesson. Dear departed, part 3. Today we are going to see. Before I start the lesson, so let us look for what type of vocabulary we may come across. Right. So yesterday this word has come across in the lesson, mantelpiece. Mantelpiece, which means a shelf projecting from the wall over the fireplace. In London, in cold countries, in America, you may see this type of a mantelpiece. It is projecting from the wall, right, over the fireplace. There would be a fireplace in everybody's home because it is a cold country. So, in order to protect themselves, they need to fight in a home, especially one place. Usher, this word, usher, that means here Victoria ushers them, that means welcome them. So, we may see the lesson, lead, show the way or welcome. So, these three words, see here, for a single word, you may see the three words, because definitely you should learn any one of this one. In examination point of view, you may see among them one. Right? That's why you need to remember all these three words. Next, appeal. Appeal means to be attractive. Here not request, here to be attractive. Stagger, walk or move unsteadily. Walk or move unsteadily, not straightly, unsteady. We are moving here and there like this. Complacent, the word complacent, self-satisfied or unconcerned. Ego-satisfied person. We call them complacent, self-satisfied. Mourning means feeling of sadness. So that morning, Victoria, Henry and Mrs. Slater, they are in the morning dress. At the same time, here next we will see Ben Jordan and Jordan. They came late to the Mrs. Slater's house because they went to a shop to buy a morning dress. So morning dress in the sense here they are in black color dress. So in those days, if anyone died, particularly in their house or relatives, that is the culture of the foreign countries, abroad countries. That is the culture. They should wear black dress. That is called a morning dress. And fortnight in the sense 2 weeks, 14 days. Cheaply, that means cheerful and actively, cheaply. And this word in the first lesson, I will do it. I don't know whether you remember or not. I will do it. So when the Narayana Murthy, when he was on the platform, his classmates were there. They were talking just like a chirping of birds. That means making a short, loud sound. Right? That is chirping. Actually, snug. Snug means warm and comfortable. Snug. And wipe, to rub a surface with something in order to keep a liquid or something like this. That is a wipe. and look through. Look through means look for something. That means searching for something. So these are the vocabulary in this part, and we have to learn. Right? Let us begin the lesson. All of you take the textbook and follow me where I am reading. Victoria ushers in Ben and Mrs. Jordan. Later is stopped. Here the letter is here Mrs. Jordan. Then Mrs. Jordan. Later అనేది ఎవరంటే not after, that is here Jordan. She's a stout and complacent, that means self-satisfied woman with an irritating air of being always right. Always she thought that I am the only person, that I am the only right. She is wearing an outfit of new morning. New morning, that means wearing a new morning dress. Ben is also completing new morning. So new in the sense new type of clothes. Morning dress, I told you, the black dress. He is rather a jolly little man. Ben is a jolly little man, but at present trying to adapt himself to the regrettable occasion. Of course, he is a rather a jolly person, but now, according to the situation, according to the circumstances, he was trying to adapt himself because it is a regrettable occasion. So, regrettable, the word regrettable means it is a sadness, sad situation, right? Occasion. Mrs. Jordan sails into room and solemnly, sails means go straight into the room and solemnly goes straight to Mrs. Slater and kisses her. The men shake hands. Here the men, Henry and Ben Jordan, both are the two men, they shook hands. That means when they met with each other, so that's why the way of welcoming them shook their hands. Alright, that was the picture on this drama that we may see. Next, Mrs. Jordan said like this way, spoke to Mrs. Slater like this way. Mrs. Jordan said, "Well, Amelia, and so he has gone at last." See, as a daughter, it is not right, it is not the correct way to speak like that. Well, Amelia, he has gone at last. That means an unwanted, she felt very happy, an unwanted person is left. So this type of character, this type of word we may see, good ridden. దీన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే good ridden అంటాం. So we will see once upon a time in the poem that the word. Yes, Mrs. Slater said, yes, has gone. He refers to, you have to remember, he refers to here Mr. Abel Merriweather. Right? Yes, he has gone. Here he was 72 a fortnight last Sunday. 2 weeks ago, the last Sunday, he was 72. That means he was entered 72 years old. Then Mrs. Slater, she sniffs back tears. Right? That means these people are trying to act as they were in mourning, as they were in sadness. Ben, cheaply, that means very actually, "Now, Amelia, you mustn't give away. We are going to die sometime or other." Hey, then Ben reacted, "No, Amelia, we mustn't give away. We all going to die sometime or other day. Definitely we should go, we should die today or one day. We have to go away. Must leave it. Don't be sad, don't worry and don't cry." Ben was trying to console her. Mrs. Jordan, "And now perhaps you will tell us all about it." Mrs. Jordan asking Mrs. Slater, and now perhaps you will tell us all about it. So what was happening, how he was died and how he has gone away. So perhaps that you have to tell me about all these things. And Mrs. Jordan asking. Mrs. Slater said, Father had been married this morning. He went out to us soon after breakfast to pay his insurance. Yeah, Jordan. Father, this morning he had been very merry, had been very happy this morning. Then he went out soon after breakfast. He went out after breakfast to pay his insurance. Then, my word, it's a good thing he died. He did it. So, when Mrs. Slater said he went out to pay his insurance, here Ben Jordan felt very happy. My word, that means my God, what a good thing that he did. Before he died, he paid his insurance. That means the insurance money also we will receive. That's why they felt very happy. Mr. Jordan, he always was thoughtful in that way. He was too honorable to have gone without paying in his premium. Too honorable person. That is very responsible person to pay his insurance premium. So Mrs. Jordan said, Henry, and when he came in, I found him undressed, sure enough, and snug in bed. So right, when he came in, that means when he returned home, he was undressed and sure enough and snug, warm in bed. Mrs. Slater, and when he had finished dinner, I thought I would take up a bit of something on a tray. He was lying there for all the world as if he was asleep. So after we finished the dinner and I would take something a bit off on the tray. At the time I found him that he was in the deep sleep, that he is lying, forget all the world. So I put the tray down on the bureau. So unfortunately she dropped the word. She dropped the word, that is that she used bureau. But immediately correcting herself on the chest of drawers and went to awaken him. He was quite cold. So when I went to his room and he was sleeping, I said that I put on the bureau and immediately she correcting herself the chest of drawer and went to him to waken him. But he was quite cold. That means quite cold, is quite keep quiet, nothing moment. The pause. They wipe their eyes and sniffs back tears. Wipe, that means rub his eyes. Rising briskly at the length and a business-like tone. Well, we will go up and look at him now, or shall we have a tea? Mrs. Slater said. Okay, we will go up and look at him now, or else we will have a tea. Mrs. Slater said. Mrs. Jordan, at the time, Mrs. Jordan reacted like this way. Mrs. Jordan, what do you say, Ben? Or shall we go up to see him, or shall we have a tea? What do you say, Ben? Ben said, I am not particular. So, which means I don't say anything. Whatever that you have thought, that is very that I should follow. I don't have any particular an idea, so I should follow you. Like that he said. Mrs. Jordan surveying the table. That means Mrs. Jordan, and she was laying at the table, and she was observing. Well, then, if the kettle is ready, kettle means it is a utensil to cook to boil to make the coffee or tea. That is, the kettle is ready. We may as well have the tea first. If the kettle is ready, first of all, let us have a tea. Simply, she said. Mrs. Slater puts the kettle on the fire and get tea ready. Henry, One thing we may as well decide now is an announcement in the papers. Henry said one thing. One thing we may as well decide now is an announcement in the papers. That means, shall we give an announcement in the papers? Because he passed away. Mrs. Jordan, I was thinking of that. Mrs. Jordan said also, yes, I was thinking of that. What would you put? A pass. That means after some gap. Mrs. Jordan said, well, we will think about it after tea, and then we will look up through his bits of things and make a list of them. They are all the furniture in his room. Mrs. Jordan said, we will think about it after a tea. First of all, let us have a tea. Then after we will think about all his bit of things, or his furnitures and his belongings and everything. First, let us have a tea. That is when Mrs. Jordan said, Henry, there is no jewelry or valuables of that sort. There is no jewelry regarding belongs to your father, Mr. Abel Merriweather, or any kind of sort, any kind of that. There is nothing valuable things. Mrs. Jordan, except his gold watch, he promised that to our Jimmy. So here Jordan had a child. Its name is Jimmy. Except his gold watch. So Abel Merriweather had a gold watch. She said to Amelia, except his gold watch, he promised that our Jimmy. That means here why she said after tea, and we will think about what we'll do. We will think about what we'll do about his things and the furniture and everything, make a list of them later, and we will share. At the time Jordan said, except his gold watch, because the father had promised that he would give to our Jimmy. Mrs. Slater, at the time, she reacted very quickly. Promised you to me? I never heard of that. Is it true? Mr. Jordan, oh, but he did, Amelia. Yes. You don't know? Yes, he did. He promised. When he was living with us, he said to me that he will give his gold watch to our Jimmy. That was his promise. He was very fond of Jimmy because our father had very interested, fond. The word fond means interested. He was very fond of Jimmy. So that's why when he was living with us and he had promised that he would give his gold watch to our Jimmy. So this way Jordan said. Mrs. Slater, oh, well, I don't know. Ben, anyhow, there is his insurance money. Have you got the receipt for the premium he paid this morning? Ben asked. Anyhow, he paid the insurance this morning. That's a very good thing. Have you got the receipt, a receipt for the premium he paid this morning? Yes, you said this morning he went out to pay his premium. Do you have the receipt of this premium? Mrs. Slater replied, I have not seen them. I have not seen it. Victoria jumps up from the sofa and comes behind the table. At the time, Victoria was sitting on the sofa. When they were discussing about these things, she jumps from the sofa and reached up behind the table, because these people are sitting in front of the table, around the table. Victoria, Mother, Victoria said, Mother, I don't think Grandpa went to pay his insurance this morning. Then Mrs. Slater, he went out. Victoria said, yes, but he did not he did not go into the town. He met old Mr. Tattersall down the street and they went off past St. Philip Church. Ma, you right? Our grandfather went out, but he did not go into the town. So at the end of this, there was his friend, his name is Mr. Tattersall. They went to, both together, they went to St. Philip Church. Ben, do you think he hasn't paid it? Was it overdue? Immediately Ben reacted. Do you think he hasn't paid the insurance? Was it overdue? Yes, overdue. The word overdue. Unpaid. Unpaid. Yes. Mrs. Slater, I should think it was overdue. Mrs. Jordan, something tell me he hasn't not paid. Something tell, that means don't get confusion whether he paid or not, something. Ben said, the drunken old beggar, yes, they have confirmed, yes, he hasn't paid, he did not pay. He did not pay. So that's why he scolded his father-in-law, the drunken old beggar. Mrs. Jordan has done it on purpose just to annoy us. Annoy, the word annoy. What? Yes, he has done it on purpose, particularly, wantedly. He has done it on purpose, Mrs. Jordan said, Mrs. Slater. After all I have done for him, having to put up with him in this house for these 3 years, it's nothing sort of swindling. The word swindling, cheating. For these 3 years I have put up with him. I have put up him. That means I have been looking for him. I have been taking care of him. So that's why. So it is nothing sort of swindling. Mrs. Slater cursed her father. Mrs. Jordan, I had to put up with him for 5 years. Mrs. Slater, and you are trying to turn him over to us all the time. Mrs. Slater and here Jordan, Mrs. Slater and Mrs. Jordan, they are trying to quarrel with them and they are trying to blame with each other. That's why here Mrs. Slater, and you are trying to turn him over to us all the time. ఎప్పుడు చూసినా మా దగ్గర పంపించాలని చూస్తున్నావు కదా అన్న సెన్స్లో చెప్పేది అన్నమాట. Henry, but we don't know for the certain that he has not paid the premium. Mrs. Slater, Victoria, run upstairs and fetch that bunch of keys. That's on your grandpa's dressing table. Mrs. Slater called his child Victoria, and she said, Victoria, run upstairs and fetch the bunch of keys. That's on your grandpa's table, dressing table. Then at the time Victoria said, timidly, in grandpa's room. In grandpa's room? Yes, Mrs. Slater said, yes. Victoria, no, I don't like to go, Mrs. Slater. Don't talk so silly. There is no one who can hurt you. Victoria goes out reluctantly, and the word reluctantly means unwillingly, istangane velindi. We will see if he has locked the receipt in the bureau. We will see. A bureau of it is lock and chester, we will see. Then In wait this morning. Here is the examining seat. Mrs. Jordan also rising. Where did you pick that up, Amelia? It's a new things that I saw here. So here Mrs. Jordan talk about the bureau. Where did you pick that up? Where did you buy it, Amelia? It's a new things. Last I was here. When I came here last time, that I didn't see, it was a very new. Where did you pick up, Amelia? Then Mrs. Jordan asked this. They examined it closely. Mrs. said, oh, this one, Henry picked it up one day. Simply she said. Victoria returns very scared. She closed the doors after her. Victoria, mother. Mrs. Slater, what's it, child? What happened? Victoria, Grandpa's getting up. She said, Ma, Tataya lechedu. Ben, what? Mrs. Slater, what do you say? Victoria, Grandpa's getting up. Mrs. Jordan, the child is crazy. Then Mrs. Slater said, don't talk so silly. Don't you know your grandpa's died? Victoria, no, he is getting up. I saw him. Victoria said, they are transfixed with amazement, transfixed, motionless. They stopped motionless, amazement with wonder. Victoria clings to Mrs. Slater. Ben, suddenly, listen. They look at the door, a sight cuddling his heart up from the upstairs. The door opens, revealing an old man, clad in a faded but a grey dressing gown. He is in his stocking feet. Although over 70, he is vigorous and well colored. His bright, malicious eyes twinkle under his heavy, reddish grey eyebrows. He is obviously either the old man, Abel Merriweather, or else his ghost. So Abel Merriweather was getting up and he was coming down from his upstairs, from his bedroom. So at the time these people are thought about him, whether he was Abel Merriweather or his ghost. Thus that is the part of the part 1 today. We completed successfully. We have departed part 1, part 3, and we have 3 classes regarding this lesson. My dear children, I hope you understood well, and if you have any queries, text me. I'll explain detail. And meanwhile, homework is read the lesson from first part, Dear Departed, part 1. Right? Thank you.